All right, good afternoon. It's 2:25 coming up to the K TPO in the ES March contract here, late February 25th. All right, so screen's the same as this morning. If you watched any of the prior videos, looks the same. I moved the thing. Okay, so it's time to do kind of a review. We do have a poor high here. Value's higher. We gapped up. We have not closed the gap. Very important. But equally important, and this is where I need to talk about some things that I pointed out this morning and some of my kind of, my feelings. That's all they were. The market could do anything at any time. Um, I felt that we were, I can't remember if I said definitely going higher because I wasn't sure about that, but it definitely didn't feel like I drawn some Fibonacci stuff. Okay. And I felt that there was some areas that might make it difficult that we, really go a lot lower today or anything like that. Okay. And let me just say that I'm not going to pull up the video. I haven't worked out how to run the sound from the system right through the Google Hangout stuff. Otherwise I would, because I also didn't go back and like watch it again, so I would remember exactly what I said. The point is I did some work with Fibonacci's from the overnight lows and Friday's lows, and whatnot, and they coincided with some other work I'd done, and that work was already on the screen, which you can see here. The blue areas where buyers might step in. You've got an L at one of three locations, generally three locations: the top edge, bottom edge. They're all on the bottom edge. The other location would be in the middle. If you remember the video, I said, let's talk hot wings here. We're talking hot, medium, and mild. Okay. Fire, even, I said. Fire. Let's call it fire. All right. Because if it's aggressive and you get burned, it's fire, right? All right. So here we are. How about that? Okay. Now, I do believe that there's a good chance we're going to get all the way down here to the bottom of the overnight value area yet today. It's a possibility simply by the dynamic of we are entered into and found acceptance down in this this balancing area in the overnight. We do have quite a prominent VPOC up high near the overnight high, and we've gotten away from it. But we one time frame down for a while. We could not take out the poor high. Okay, so that means, well, I have my own experience and thoughts on the quote unquote what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say erroneous. Poorly named poor high. Let's put it that way. Okay, poorly named. There's several. I keep coming back to that. There's just some of the lexicon is a little bit. I don't know if people were having drinks when they came up with this stuff or what. But at any rate, let's do a little 1 minute review, shall we? Okay, so here we are. The red is the London session coming into the green line at A where it's open. Okay, so going to let's do it like this. How I try to do it. Okay. So again, now these L's, I'm not going to slide them over. We're going to look at when we get down to, go back to the profile. We'll flip back and forth here a little bit. Here was the open. Then we got down to this one in G, down here in G and H, and down here in I. Okay. So that's all we're looking for is G, H, and I, and see how that played out. Okay. So let's watch. So dum-de-dum-de-dum, do-de-do-de-do. Okay. That was a nice long right there. Okay. Arguably even worked again. Well, no, sorry. That's probably, let's see. Yeah, it's too much risk really for price action. Now, because we gapped up so much higher, and we I did have these colored areas are trading plans for possibly sellers stepping in, but I didn't go so far as to put some of my picks on there. My picks for myself, shall I say? Okay. As far as shorts go, I just left it with some long ideas. Okay, this balancing kind of, lunchtime. Now we had a little plunge. There we go. Okay. So in G, this long, see 04. Yeah, that would have been harsh. Let's look at that. Okay. So this long, and again, I didn't revise this or anything. This was more early morning. This is getting a little bit later, and depending on, we did have a new auction to the downside, took out the early morning low. We had a neutral day. It's a little bit, that was pretty strong to the downside. I would have determined if I was talking to you live that it's very good, likelihood. You could possibly play a bounce right here. Now wait a second, I may be off here. I may be. Okay, I was looking for this one. This would have, all the stops that were going to be under here, this would have been not a good play. Okay, I'm talking about this one right here. That's the one we blew through. Okay, let's go back over here. I'll just take this off now. Okay, but this one, okay, there you go. Okay, there's a nice, I'm going to put in, let's just say your stop is way out here in Timbuktu, because I don't tell people where I put my stops. That's everybody's personal business, and I encourage you to keep your stops away from your broker. Okay, so let's see. Pretty nice on one lot. If you'd gotten in there, that was 21 ticks, 260, 250, not counting fees and stuff. Whoops! Oh, don't want me to delete any drawings. Okay, that one's fine. All right, let's go forward. So G. All right, coming down and is there another long there? I don't know that here it was right here. Okay, so if we go over here to the profile and then H, a little confused here for a second. H. A little confused here. H. No, okay, that's not. Wait a minute. 1, 2, third one down. That's right. 1, 2, third one, but the H isn't there. Unless it's counting that one. 1, 2, 3. Let me see. 4. That's the fourth one down. Okay, hold on a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, but H didn't come down here. So I'm confused. Unless there's another long that's hidden in here I'm not seeing. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter that I put the letter there so much, is the fact of, why is that letter there? It worked. H. No, wait. H, no. H did not. That's for I. Okay, here we go. I've caught up now. I. Okay. Now, this would have been, again, talk about catching a falling knife and this and that. You're breaking out of an inside bar, taking out the low that had, was fairly good low at that time. You gotta realize this is a VPOC and TPOC pretty prominent. A good chance you'll catch a bounce. Well, in this case, you caught, I don't know if it'll be the low of the day. I'm not actually thinking that, but you caught a heck of a bounce all the way back up to where? How about that? There's your gray area edge, right? Let's just go back here. Okay. So yeah, so that's a nice long. Let's look at this again. Again, where the recommendation was, where my choice for my own type of trading. I'm not, I don't know what all the fuss is. You're your own man. I've not had any. I did call one time, a long time ago, to see what, everybody always says these disclaimers and everything, and it's like, it kind of goes without saying. It's like, yeah, it involves risks, and yeah, these aren't exactly. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. You're your own man. If you think I'm like, oh, you're gonna just take everything I talk about and start trading your money on it, you're foolish. Okay, if you what's the opposite of that? If you, well, never mind. Let's keep moving. All right, so you sit alone in an office all day long, and you start to. So there you go. That anyway, up here to the high here, and there are plenty of places along the way to take some off. If you just wrote a one lot all the way up here, that's 23 ticks. That's almost 6 points, 5.75 points if you got out, low to high, which I'm not saying you would, but let's say an average, maybe you picked up 2 out of the almost 6 point position potential, you picked up 2 points. Okay, let's say that. So even though I do feel that we're going to move all the way down to this bottom edge at around 99 quarter, or even down here, see this blue right here is a different color. That's because the gray edge ends also where the blue edge is. I could see a move outside of it and a move back into it. You want to watch out for that. Let me take this off. Okay, so there you go. All right. I do believe, based on, we're not seeing a reversal pattern. I'm seeing the fact that this does look very much like, a mini trend type of move down, auction to the downside. In fact, it's got its own little distribution right here. Okay. Got an eye out for those. And kind of a retracement. And then another move to the downside. Now the pace is kind of slow. We do have a lot of barbed wire on the banister. You can have that for free. Okay, for the slide to the downside. But let's look at the overnight. Okay, we've got all these right here. If we come and take out this I low, so you got all the people under the VPOC under this low. You've got people under the O, because that was never taken out, right? You got stops there, probably stops under this volume ledge, stops under N. You're going to catch probably a pretty quick little shifty move to the downside. It might be a little choppy at first. And then we got this M open drive. I can see completely a move all the way down to here. If not a genuine close of the gap today. I don't know if we'll get that or not, but because value is so much higher in the VPOC is way up here. So, all right, I don't know if there's really anything else to say other than I don't really know if there's really anything else to say other than that time we spent this morning in that 9 minutes was pretty valuable, right? And I don't say that making videos is for everyone. I found it a lot more constructive for me, because at one point I had a trading group and did kind of a pre-market with everyone in the morning, and maybe that's how that got started. But writing it out and keeping like a little pad. Well, first of all, I'd have to write a scenario, situation, hypothesis, however you want to describe it, for every single one of these little areas. And I'm not into that. First of all, the typical quote teaching is you need three situations, 3 hypotheses, 3 scenarios, 3 whatever. Well, that's very that can work. Hey, look, I'm not gonna ridicule anybody's way they do it, because whatever works for you. But what I will say is, don't let that limit you, because there's a lot of opportunities that you might when you have just a couple. How easy is it to get married to one of them, especially when you start prioritizing? Well, this one's my favorite one I'd see play out, or this is the one I really am biased towards. Son, don't have any bias. Okay, don't be prejudiced. just take it as it comes, one tick at a time, right? All right, so that's me. I'm just talking to myself, I guess. So, all right, so here we go. Rest of the day coming. Let's take a plane ride. Way up here, we've got these areas that were potential resistance, inflection points, now potentially support. Will we get on down to 93 to 75 to 87 quarter? I don't know. I don't know. I don't really, doesn't really feel like it. We got a neutral day. What does that mean? Well, you need to read the market profile manual that's available for free. I think you can get it. I don't know if it's on the CBOT side or CME side. I think CME group site, cmegroup.com. Read it, read what that means. Okay. We trade on both sides of the initial balance, or as it's called, the pioneer range. Well, it used to be called that. You never hear anybody say that anymore. Pioneer range. Okay. So that's what this A to B is. We tucked outside of it by 2 ticks, and then came to the upside, came out the other side of it, and we made a poor high. My favorite 2 words. Not really. So anyway, right here, if you believe that we are going to the downside, okay, let me just leave you with this. Value area high, top of this this high, this ridge of volume, which is encapsulated, not necessarily predicated on this gray area was not predicated on that necessarily, but there, the J high, you can see now, like a tick below the J high would be the edge of this blue area, which now you might want to say is is going to be colored red. Okay, that's a little too bold. All right, there you go. You know, the R2 is right in here. You know, take your pick. What do you want? Here's where I was saying be a great place to get long. It's very slow. We're going to get a little pop up. Yeah, I can see that. A little pop up. You know, I don't know that I would want, look at all this, you know, there's the opening K, all this buying underneath, you know, maybe an L. I don't really know. You know, we could all rotate back up, but I'm really thinking if somebody favors and really believes we're going to get to the other side, which is generally going to be the concept with these bigger areas. You know, you might, this, all I'm trying to say is, here, let me do this. Let me do what I did to the other side. Let's see. Now this is, I'm just putting this in here sort of, doesn't necessarily mean that edge or that tick, or, you know, could be 80450, could be 5/4. I don't know. You know, could be just inside the value area high. You know, this could be a little area, right? Just saying. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Okay, we'll see how that works out. And this would be for, you know, here, let me move it over here to, I don't think I'm going to be able to move both of them. Otherwise, right, there we go. So in there, you know, I mean, we do have a nice little low here, but I don't know that that's going to hold. Okay. So let's go back to the daily chart. You know, these are practically useless, right? Look at the stochastic, wait a minute, wrong one. Stochastics area, right? Practically useless. I mean, what are you going to say? It's pointed, it's overbought, crazy terminology, and we're going to, you know, fall off maybe. But how do you know it's going to go up, you know, 20 more points? Remember I showed this morning. Do this big sell-off day. Think there's anybody still short up here who's starting to get a little nervous? I do. Okay. All right. That's enough. Thanks for hanging out with me in this afternoon break. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you got something out of it. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell so you see, you know, when I go live and stuff like that. You can, you know, hang out with me live for a minute. And, you know, there's a chat. I don't know. There should be a chat enabled. So if somebody wanted to chat with me while I'm doing this, I think I could see that. I don't know. I haven't had the experience. Let's see. Where's the chat? Yeah, there's a chat right here. I got it now. So, you know, chat and be cool, right? Make new friends. Believe in that. All right. Have a great day. Bye.